Tyler Durden is more or less the villain of Fight Club, and he teaches the unnamed narrator the same thing that the Joker teaches Batman. Tyler and the Joker teach our protagonists the lesson of true power. At the end of Fight Club, the narrator takes control by relinquishing control and giving himself a near experience by choice rather than by Tyler's, his bosses, or anyone else's prompting. At the end of The Dark Knight, Batman relinquishes his controlled reputation as a choice in order to protect his city. But what does any of this have to do with The Dark Knight being a sequel to Fight Club? Well, you see, Tyler Durden is the Joker. Batman has lived out a heroic fantasy by being someone that people look up to, though he knows it's better for people to have a real person without a mask to look up to.
God needs its true hero.
And with that knowledge, he sacrifices his reputation in order to give people hope. At the start of The Dark Knight, Bruce Wayne has already sacrificed his love for duty, and he held on to that duty in the form of control.
Bruce, don't make me your one hope for a normal life.
His life lie is that he has to have the controlled Batman reputation in order to fulfill his sense of duty to his city. By the end of The Dark Knight, the Joker has forced his hand and made him choose between the two. Bruce Wayne realizes that to fulfill his utmost desire, his sense of duty, he must sacrifice more than just love. He must sacrifice Batman.
That's what I can be.
No, you can't. You're not.
I'm whatever Gotham needs me to be.
In Fight Club, the narrator thinks he is gaining increased control and perspective as he gains further autonomy outside of societal norms.
We're the middle children of history, man. No purpose or place. We have no great war.
He creates a plan that will not just enable others to do the same, but will actually force them to, by not living outside the system anymore and instead destroying it. But he hides behind his imagined reputation rather than that of Tyler Durden, the person he is to everyone else. At the end of Fight Club, the narrator relieves himself of Tyler Durden and watches as his plan for total anarchy explodes in front of him. Or does he? There's a lot of ambiguity here, but let's follow this thread for a moment. What if that didn't fully remove Tyler Durden from his psyche? What if Tyler comes back? The narrator, desperate, puts himself in psychiatric care, which isn't hard to imagine for somebody who's already in order to try to rid himself of a mental state that he doesn't want. Or what if Tyler takes over and, as we've seen him do previously, travels around to different cities
I was living in a state of perpetual deja vu
and does something that lands him in one particular city in one particular place? Arkham Asylum. He's a criminal mastermind who uses violence for chaos. He creates anarchy, sometimes in the form of explosions, to show others just how mad the world really is. Everything is chaos. Who am I talking about? Tyler Durden or the Joker? There have been many different variants of the Joker's story, and in The Dark Knight, the Joker tells many stories about what caused his scars.
Speaking of which, you know how I got these scars?
No. But I know how you got these.
But what if his scars have to do with losing his love Marla? Alternatively, notice how he gave himself a little facelift on one side of his face at the very end of Fight Club. Let's say maybe he eventually wants to even out the scar on the other side, which coincidentally is true in the Fight Club novel. Okay, the scar theories are a little bit of a stretch, but not impossible. How about a weird coincidence or so to muse on? Both have been said to have multiple personalities. Both are unreliable narrators.
Madness, as you know, is like gravity.
Who disguise their true selves. And the weirdest of all, the narrator is constantly quoting about Jack.
I am Jack's smirking revenge.
And there is one working theory that this is the unnamed narrator's name, and that he's saying these quotes as third-person internal dialogue. Even more coincidentally is that while he's unnamed in the movie, rumor has it is that in the script for Fight Club, his name is Jack. Both the Joker and the unnamed narrator are named Jack. Tyler and the Joker's call for people to live intentionally isn't inherently evil. It's the ways that they go about it that are. The irony of both of them preaching about freedom and chaos is that they both go against those actual values with their actions. They both work to gain control in society. Whereas the narrator and the Batman are the protagonists whose tight grip on control have to be sacrificed for their values. All four of these characters were born of chaos, but only one chooses the truly heroic path.
The outcast, he can make the choice that no one else can make. The right choice.
Neither of these movies is about a black and white sense of good versus evil.
You didn't do anything wrong.
Because he's the hero Gotham deserves, but not the one it needs right now.
It's about you and what can happen for any of us who give up society's escapist lies and confront our existential crisis.
They're only as good as the world allows them to be.
Our Great Depression is our lives. We've all been raised on television to believe that one day we'd all be millionaires and movie gods and rock stars.
When the chips are down, these civilized people, they'll eat each other.
We're very, very pissed off.
He's a silent guardian, a watchful protector, a dark knight.
True power is the bravery to let go of control. Whether you become the hero or the villain isn't an avoidance of chaos, but in how you react to it. True power is choice. What are your thoughts on this theory? Comment below. It's obviously not airtight, but I had a lot of fun making it. I'm MADkurious, and I embrace chaos by creating meaning through gaming and storytelling. If you enjoyed this, every like and subscription helps me create more videos like this. You can also check out my Patreon for more madness, like the behind the scenes of why I created this video when I've mostly done gaming content so far. I'll see you in the next one.